I look around, I feel like everybody is
out then. So we had Tassini crashing out, unfortunately. Kim Dinesh has found the groove again. 157.5 for him that time. Though what's actually happening out the front, though, we're not sure, but it's some
problems with too many exceeding track limits in these conditions. He thought that Hakim and he could get away from the pack.
Yeah, exactly.
He has a 10-second advantage over Hakim Danish. Shown him too much having to do this long lap penalty. I know Brian Uriarting the lads as well as it is possible to be protected. So there he was quickest in every session here on Friday. The two stars Tech Air suits there, they blow up, give them the maximum protection for this because, you know, Hakim has been so cool, calm and collected.
Seeing here.
But all these guys, fortunately,
position number 3.
Well, that's right. Yeah, incredible stuff. Incredible. Anyways, right. So the
out of the race,
and he's furious with himself, isn't he?
Oh, it's another ice dear colleague, Jack Gorst, and knows exactly when he should. The way to really mitigate for these things is to just go as fast as you can, as we see to cover one. So Maximo, yeah, he fell a cropper to that rule as well. I mean, all the riders are going, oh, I wish I did this with the red flag. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, well, you might cast your minds back to Maximo Quiles in Mugello going too early,
and then perhaps Carter Thompson will wish that he'd kept that gears, and somebody is practicing it. Maybe it's Hakim, in fact, who's practicing.
Saw him go over track limits there, right. So he does need to be careful. He was well over the track limits there that time.
You know, race positions, but it gives him more laps to make those up. So just what
a 13-second gap back to Dinesh. He doesn't need to anymore.
But did you see laps? And of course the problem is if he takes it on lap 3, it's still going to be
7.7 that time around. Carter Thompson 159.1,
and then he must take it within 3 laps. So and only 4 laps remaining.
He did go beyond track limit.
Go out, Jack Gorst says, at the end of lap 2. So Hakim Danish. Hakim is closing. He took, what is it, 0.7 weight until he's shown the long lap penalty board. And that, Carter just knows that he's got to just keep the lap spinning over 4. You know, Hakim Danish has to 7th of our leader Benyat Fernandez, a 17-year-old Spaniard, and 29 of Lucas Brown. He's got it going again. That's the number. Something odd with the surface, almost a dip in the road there, which made some up already.
And it's Benyat Fernandez into second then.
Incredible.
To make amends for his mistake in the first turns and at least come away. And Lucas Brown.
And Brian Uriarte has stolen the mark.
Brown, I think he thought, he noticed that Christian Daniel Jr. was well and truly captured. Beautiful, spectacular views. We got number 29 and number 40.
But he has got to, as you say, Matt, he's got to watch it.
Worth noting now, though, so new strategy for him then. Marco Borelli is in effect, though.
And you wouldn't really expect Fernandez to run into long lap. Uriarte actually wasn't too pleased with the fact that he's got a long lap penalty, because there's the gap back to the number 50 of Carter Thompson. 3 practice sessions and qualifying, so let's hope it hasn't thrashed. Superb stuff from Alpine Stars and the HJC helmets protect. So far, you know, he was cool, calm and collected all the way through Jerez. He was walking away from it. And great, of course, the Alpines coming around to the grid. So it is actually absolutely crucial.
Exactly the same. Pretty brutal images that we're seeing taking his long lap penalty. Although, must admit, congratulations Max Quiles today. Pole has gone down, so both French riders have crashed. Da Costa, though, is there, but hopefully Hakim Dinesh has had both ears well and truly open, listening to our... You can't really plan for these things, but the only and then failing to comply with a long lap penalty effectively and getting another closer. True, very true. This is part. Well, it's a bit like yesterday.
To think just how they will do their long lap penalty.
Yeah, with the...
Because, of course, if he does, you know, he could end up with a long lap penalty. Decides to do. We're coming down now to where... This is where the long lap penalty... Say that Fernandez has a long lap warning.
No,
He's all bunched up. So he's going to lose an incredible amount of lap...
Carter has well and truly conceded this. He'll clearly be aware that there's a...
You know, just when he chooses to take it is up to him within those 3.
There, though, did Benyat Fernandez as he goes quicker once again. 150.
Be lap 3 before Hakim can take his long lap penalty. Seconds, or, you know, 3/4 of a second out of him, but there's a 12-second advantage.
And potentially better than ever, but he's got Hakim Dinesh, the series. True, very true. This is part... Well, it's a bit like yesterday as well. I mean, absolutely run away with it. He's got the measure on every single rider in this class.
If he does, you know, he could end up with a long lap penalty. And now battling for the podium positions and potentially the win.
This is the rider that you...
Fernandez has a long lap warning.
No, Yeah, I just saw him go over
Of action, and it's Karpushin who has the advantage over Gonzalez and Morelli.
well and truly conceded this. He'll clearly be aware that there's a third
Helmet is very clear at the head of the field, and he crosses the line.
did Benyat Fernandez as he goes quicker once again. 157 points.
The
The
lead.
chasers, yeah, there we go.
Karpushin takes the lead. The man, you know, 3/4 of a second out of him, but there's a 12-second advantage, and
It's Karpushin versus Gonzalez at the moment. Two riders, one's just finished.
remaining, and a gap of 12 seconds back to Hakim Danish.
Ada Britama is going to lose a lot of places right now as Morelli nerfed.
Has a very handsome lead over Carter Thompson. Carter from the back today and is very much in the hunt. It's the tyres or something like that. Right, there is the number 7 of the race. Let's see if he can try and do it again. That's the 7 of Benyat Fernandez. All those classes, especially in Moto3. So I think there's something odd with the 7.
And there, I suppose.
And it is the 11th of David. We had falls there, and through practice I could see a lot of guys having man battle for the lead again.
And Uriarte is the one that he pushed back into 6th, and one of the problem corners here. If you're too eager on the gap in things in MotoGP.
And he's done it, hasn't he?
There he
they're
is.
back in it now. Start to the season, is it, Joel?
No, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a big high stack, Peter. Spoke to someone who's part of his management right behind him. Because he might not be able to hear us. We see Joel Pons' side of the points yesterday. He didn't enjoy qualifying, finished 16th there. And he's just looking to his right there at one of the big TV screens that are trackside here. Now Morelli, who's in 6th spot. So Morelli, who had a
Neck air suits there, they blow up, give them the maximum protection. Superb.
Marco Morelli just behind him, who was over a second and a half quicker than...
But all these guys, fortunately, walking away. 5 guys out front were all very well controlled, all super cool.
of the race.
And he's furious with himself, isn't he?
Oh, it's another
and the
high side.
Same
Starring with Hakim Danish there as we come towards turn 6. We mitigate for these things is to just go as fast as you can, as we see Da Costa's gone. As leader for company, Morelli moves up into 2nd, albeit for a single. The riders are going, oh, I wish I did this with the red flag. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. We've not seen the best of him so far this year, but the Argentinian looks...
Then perhaps Carter Thompson will wish that he'd kept that gap closer.
You said yesterday, he pointed out on his very best days, he can absolutely limits there,
Right.
so he does need to be careful. He was well over the track limits there that time.
Because of course, up into 3rd place, as you said, he's a disaster of a weekend, but he's...
13-second gap back to Dinesh. He doesn't need to do any more.
But did you say that? And there's now 5 laps remaining of Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup.
7 that time around. Carter Thompson, 159.1. Carter is...
From Kyrgyzstan has the advantage. That white. Only 4 laps remaining.
He did go beyond track limits there, though. On the podium for rookies for the first time. Neither have a victory in the class.
And he takes... Hakim is closing. He took, what is it, 0.7 seconds or...
Him out the way on towards the back straight. Down they come then.
Just